Welcome. Many of us are forced to choose a career that does not fill us with joy, satisfaction, or a spark in our life. We think that one has to have a very fortunate horoscope to turn their passion and love for what they enjoy doing most into a main career. Take example of the famous singer and composer Shankar Mahadevan. At one of his live concert, I heard him sharing the story that how he switched his career from engineering to music. He was passionate about music. And then same is the story of the Varun Grover. So having graduated from IIT, he is now more well known for his work in Bollywood. And so is the case with Professor K.S. Krishnamurti. Professor Krishnamurti began his career as a government employee, and eventually he quit his job and rose to prominence in the field of astrology. So these are some of the examples where by following one's passion and love, these people were able to become well known worldwide. Now you might say that I am equally passionate about something, but I can't possibly risk my current job or career. That's a reasonably good point on your side. But we are not here talking about your the main career or the main profession. We are talking about the side business. How the side business can open gates to new opportunities in your life. See, the Desh Kaal and Vatavaran has changed. Now the technology has changed everything. The internet, the ease of communication, the accessibility of the travel, they have all become game changers. So now I would say is the golden opportunity for you to focus on your talent and your hobbies also as well. This is the golden time. Let me remind you that Desh, Kal and Vatavaran has changed, and now is the golden time to look at your passion and interest and convert them into a side business that's going to bring financial gains, and as well as they are going to provide some more joy and satisfaction in your life. And the best thing is that you don't have to risk your current the career or the employment status, because we are going to talk about the side business. Now when we talk about the side business in your horoscope, then we have to focus on the ascendant and the moon in your horoscope. So we don't have to look at the 10th house, which is responsible for your main career or profession. So we have to focus on the ascendant and moon at the time of birth in your horoscope. This is what has the potential to provide you with some passion and hobbies. So let me remind you that your side business will emerge from your hobbies, talents, interests, or passions. This has nothing to do with your main house of profession, that is the 10th house, but this has something to do with the ascendant plus the moon in your horoscope. So I'm going to take a horoscope, an actual horoscope of a person where I have seen the potential of success unfolding right before my eyes. So we are going to discuss that horoscope in a while. But before that, this is just a representative list according to the how your moon and ascendant focuses on a particular sign or a house. So this is for the Aries, and this is for Taurus, this is for Gemini, Cancer, and so on, and this is for Pisces. Now let me explain you that when we talk about the hobbies and the passion, it is a little bit different from your house of karma, that is the 10th house. Now let's take about suppose somebody has a focus on the first house, the moon and the ascendant. They have a very good focus on the first house, and they might be working as whatever. They might be working as an engineer, or maybe in some trading job, or maybe in stock market. Okay, that is what their 10th house has done for them, taken them to a formal kind of a career that has nothing to do with their ascendant and moon. But suppose, let's say that their ascendant and moon is focused on the first house in their horoscope. Of course, to assess this, an astrologer has to look at your horoscope. Now, what the first house does is that it provides these qualities to a person. It gives the opportunity for self-directed career. That means these persons know what they are good at. And the first house is also the house of self-effort. It's also the house of taking some initiative to do some kind of a pioneering or a new kind of work. So you will see that many of such kind of a person, they tend to focus on things like child development, woman empowerment, sustainable energy. You see, there are a lot of these social political activities that happen around various social or political causes, and there are people who come forward and they contribute very positively in these fields, though they might be pursuing a different career. So this happens, this by birth, this quality or ability to contribute into a certain field comes from the ascendant and the moon. So let me explain you with another simple example. Now, if suppose the focus is on the second house or on the Taurus, and this has a lot of other activities as a part of career, business, and all that. But let's say voice artist. So now, what happens is that if your ascendant or moon has a very positive focus on the second house, then there are certain qualities that you have as a voice artist, and what that could be, the kind of opportunities as a side business. It can create or it can provide you with a voice actor for animation, movies or audiobook reader, and you might have seen many educational video performers, and then voiceover artists for business, for advertisement. So there are a lot of these activities, and you the best thing is that if the ascendant plus moon's focus is on the second house, then by birth you already have the ability. But since the second house can provide lot of different kind of talents, like I have listed over here just a few: singing, voice artist, or cooking. And but there are a lot of other things that are that belong to the second house. So these could be identified in your horoscope, and these could be converted into a side business that can bring in the financial gains, and most importantly, it can bring in some joy and satisfaction in your life. So now let's navigate to the Jyotish portal, where I'm going to discuss all this in the light of a horoscope. And now at the jyotishportal.com, you have to click on this option, the free birth and horary horoscope. So I already populated a horoscope that I'm going to use as an example chart. Now this belongs to someone that I know. She already works for a global multinational fortune company, and she hates her job, and she's in a decent senior position, so compensation and all that is not an issue. But the sheer drudgery, the sheer nature of what she has been doing makes her very depressed, and she has no energy, no motivation, or no joy in her life when it comes to her career, the 9 to 5 job. So let's look at when I started looking at her chart. Then the first thing I realized was that in the Lagna chart, when we are talking about the side business, then we have to look at the Lagna chart. We don't have to look at the Kaspa chart. We have to look at the Lagna chart. So this is a Scorpio ascendant, and then you see the moon is also in the 8th house in Gemini. So it became very clear to me that her by birth, the innate talent or hobbies or interests has a focus on the 8th house, or on the Scorpio. Now the 8th or the Scorpio represents many kind of professional or career or even hobby related activities, and one of them is the occult. Somebody is interested in the astrology and other related things. When I started discussing more with her, then I realized that she already had a very good understanding of tarot, the tarot card reading and the pranic healing. And this was one area, the tarot, pranic healing, and I think Reiki also. This is one area where she was very motivated and excited about it. So you see, this is how you have to figure it out. It takes a little bit of time to actually figure out the correct hobby or talent that can convert it into a side business. Because like I mentioned, the 8th itself represents many things in the Jyotish or the astrology. Now, couple of things. One is that you don't have to focus on the 10th house. We are not concerned with the 10th house. Let me remind you again, when we are talking about the side business, then we are only focusing on the ascendant and the moon. Additionally, you don't rely on the 10th CSL. This is I'm just reminding that when it comes to looking at the main career or the professor, don't rely on the 10th CSL. The 10th CSL works fine in the Krishnamurti's horary side, but it doesn't work well on the natal chart. All you have to do is just open your friends, relatives and family member chart, and you will find this what I am saying, that the 10th CSL is not reliable. Similarly, when you are looking at the ascendant and the moon in terms of identifying a person's talent or the hobby and passion, then you don't have to look at the sublord of the ascendant. That's not reliable at all. For character sketch, hobby and all that, you just look at the Rashi chart and then just look at the ascendant and the moon, that too in the Rashi chart. In many of my videos, I have repeatedly pointed this out, and I have repeatedly shared many horoscopes where the typical KP rule about using the ascendant sublord to identify the characteristic doesn't work. And like I said, if you have, all you have to do is just pull out your family member, the friend chart, and you can see for yourself. So just focus on the Rashi chart, the ascendant and the moon, and study them, and study the degree, study the some other stuff, and then you will be able to identify where the focus is, and also discuss the possibilities with your client also. So when I started discussing these things with this person, and then she immediately got very motivated. Now another thing is that people who are going through a lean period financially or even otherwise, I mean, if they don't have any enthusiasm in their life, then there is this the PPP thing that I mentioned in a couple of my videos. Professor Krishnamurti has mentioned about about linking one's fate with other people, other places and other profession. So here other profession means other side profession. And like I mentioned, this is the age, this is the golden age where all these things are possible. So in her case, she got motivated to do something on the pranic healing, tarot and some related stuff. And so the internet has already provided that kind of an opportunity. That's what is called the Desh Kaal and Vatavaran. Things have changed. And she was able to virtually connect to people, or I would say she was able to link to the people who were interested in those kind of a thing. And immediately she had a very nice network of people who were taking interest in whatever she was doing. And place is also now virtually you can be anywhere. The internet has connected the entire world, so you don't have to physically move from one place to another place. So the PPP thing, the profession, the people and the place. So now you get the opportunity to link your fate to this the PPP thing, and this can dramatically bring some kind of a fortune or good luck and motivation in your life, apart from your usual career that you don't have to risk. So you must sit up and take notice how the change in Desh Kaal Vatavaran brings forth new opportunities. Now, at one time, having a bicycle was considered a Vahan Yog. Today, it has no relevance. This is the magic of Desh Kaal Vatavaran. The time changes, and when the time changes, so many things in your horoscope has to be reinterpreted. There has to be a fresh insight into your horoscope. The ascendant and the moon in your horoscope can provide very good clues to the nature of your side business. And your dasha, bhukti, antara, or your mahadasha, antardasha, or pratantardasha will also fall into place, and you will have several opportunities for your side business to start taking shape, and who knows that it might evolve into another success story. So recently I was discussing the whole side business and Desh Kaal Vatavaran with another friend of mine, and he mentioned something that I want to share. So he said it's not about the money all the time, and the sheer joy of being able to get an opportunity to do something you enjoy or you are passionate about, and while still receiving recognition, is a noble and self-rewarding effort. And I agree with him as well. So that's all in this video. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Thanks for watching.